Hey, fellas. I almost didn't make it. I almost didn't show up to my own life. I'm just not enough time in the day to do all the shit that I want to do. Is really what it boiled down to. I'm trying to wrap up a project, trying to get something done, and do a little video, quick video on it for the channel. But so that's what I was trying to scramble around with after I got home from work to went straight to picking up Suburban, and then we got back to the house, and I grabbed something to eat real quick because I hadn't eaten anything all day, and then went straight out to the workshop to do. No, go, 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 go. Close my door, please. Go, go, child. Out. Both of you, close my door. Thank you. What's up, El Cap? How you doing, man? Kids. They want to, as soon as they get home, like they don't know that I do my live every Friday, that they get home from school, the older ones, the middle schoolers, they get home almost right at 4, almost before 4 o'clock, somewhere between 3:50 and 4 p.m. And they know I'm doing this with you guys every Friday, but yet they don't care. They just rude, so very very rude, right? Kathleen, how are you? Good to see you. Robert, how's it going? Just hit 65. What are we talking about? 65 what? Yes, exactly, LCAP. They sabotage. The children sabotage everything. Everything. Right? Lurking in grocery shopping. Neil, get out of the damn sweets. And that's where my ass. Who else besides me stares at the pies? Like, when I know that I'm not buying a pie, I'm trying to resist. Every bit of me is trying to resist getting a pie and buying pie. Like, especially when it's the kids want ice cream. We haven't had ice cream for a good while. Which a good while without ice cream is like 2 days. 48 hours without ice cream, and everybody's on edge. Like, oh, where's my ice cream? And Suburban and I eat the shit out of popcorn. He and I just like devour popcorn. Each of us can knock out a whole bag. Your typical microwave bags, full-size bags. I can polish one off, and he can polish one off just as fast. It takes us maybe 3.5 to 5 minutes. Not much longer than what it takes to pop the bag. And he and I have already finished one. So yeah, he and I are nuts with popcorn. And of course, Mrs. Urban is in here. She's not feeling the greatest, a little under the weather. She's been kept calling me over and over at work, and just needing a pleasant distraction, I guess. So I don't know if I'm that much help with those. She still calls, so I must be doing something. But how you doing, sweetheart? Love you too. So so what I've been working on, and hold on, let me close the door the rest of the way real quick. And let me grab the O-bulb. Or an O-bulb. I got like 6 of these things. They're floating around all over the damn place. Everybody knows what an O-bulb is, right? From Olight, the Olight O-bulbs. Yeah? Right? Okay. So, in a handful of weekends, by the way, next Friday, let me ask Mrs. Urban. Mrs. Urban, if you are listening, my love, next Friday the 4th, May 4th, she won concert tickets. As much as we would be way more No, did you win these or did you buy these because they were cheap? I don't remember. She either wins them or finds a cheap deal on them. I think she bought these, but most of the time she wins on the radio shows. She just over and over again radio shows wins tickets to whether it's Wild Adventures theme park and water park, or which is where we were at last Saturday, having a blast, or it's at or it's a concert to see somebody in concert. She's always winning tickets, but what she cannot seem to win uh, is just card hold cash, and that's honestly what both of us could really use more so than maybe the tickets. Not that we're not grateful. I mean, we have a blast, and it is a wonderful, date night type situation, or family outing is fantastic. We need those for sure. But and winning tickets to these things super helps. Really, without them, we don't do a whole lot. We plan maybe one vacation during the summer, and then if we can squeeze out one during the Christmas or Thanksgiving holiday, usually it's just going to visit my parents. So I mean, it really helps. It really helps. One key to a solid, healthy relationship is, especially with a family, is the parents having some adult time, us time, together time, in some shape or form or fashion. And a lot of her winning these tickets on these radio shows helps us do it as often as we should be doing it. We'd probably be in more terrible shape if we didn't have those, but we really could use cash. Couldn't Everybody needs cash these days, just to help pay bills, just to make things easier, right? Buy more knives for some of us. But anyways, so we have my daughter and I. Well, she's doing it through the Girl Scouts, and I dropped him on the keyboard. He's okay. He survived. The Girl Scouts is doing a weekend getaway and going up to Atlanta, Georgia, south side, so not where Blade Show in Atlanta is, up on the north side, up near Marietta, and this is down in Fairburn, Georgia, which is on the southwest side of Atlanta. But anyways, we're going to a Georgia Renaissance Festival, and I'm kind of tagging along mostly separately because of the fact that, one, I'm not a Girl Scout, and they're staying at a Girl Scout camp. So since I'm not a registered adult leader and I'm not a girl or a Girl Scout, um, I have the other appendage. uh, I can't stay with them at the Girl Scout camp, so I have to stealth camp elsewhere, and hopefully not get in trouble doing it. I should be fine. I looked it up. I did a bunch of research. Where I'm gonna sleep for 6.5 hours. I'll be fine. I'm not gonna be bothering nobody or be somewhere I'm not legally not allowed to be. But whatever. But so we are going to the Georgia Renaissance Festival on that Saturday. And I don't know. This is why I wanted to ask Mrs. Urban. I got to find out from her whether or not our concert that we're going to next Friday night, how early we need to leave. If will be doing this live next Friday, I might not be here. Uh, so we're gonna possibly miss next Friday's live, and then let's see if I pull up the calendar. Yeah, because next Friday is the 3rd. Yeah, the concert's the 3rd, and then no. So we'll probably won't do next Friday's live. We'll do Friday the 10th. So I'll be back on the 10th with y'all for this, and then on the 17th is where I will not be here. I will be traveling up to Atlanta. I'm not gonna try to make it all the way up there in one night. That ain't gonna happen because they're staying at a Girl Scout camp that's like 3 hours away from here, and so I'm gonna camp somewhere that's just a little further up the road from where they're gonna be. So I won't be here. Probably won't be here on the 3rd. Probably won't be here on. Will definitely not be here on the 17th. So you're gonna miss me a couple weekends At least it's not 2 weekends in a row. That's really depressing, right? So, but the theme for this Renaissance Festival is Wizard that weekend. Each weekend this Renaissance Festival place they do it for like 6 or 7 weekends, pretty much the end of the school year plus the first half of the summer before it gets too damn hot up there. So yeah, they do it for like 5 or 6 weekends in a row. And each weekend they have a different theme. So the weekend that we're going is Wizard weekend. So I may be doing just a little something to surprise my daughter. Do a little dress up, fun, be a wizard. And of course, every good wizard, every skillful wizard has a wizard staff, right? They either have a wizard staff or a wand or both. Well, because of another Halloween costume that my son did a number of years ago, I already have my own wizard wand with antler bone handle. So I have my little wizard wand, righty, right, and it's got some decorative, some gold, sparkly stuff going on with it. So I have my wand, which I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to take that. I probably won't. I really don't feel like. I mean, I'm not going to have it out while I'm walking around, pretending to cast spells on somebody. That's kind of silly. I'm not all into that. But I will have a costume on, and I'll have a big gray beard, and it's a hooded costume, so I should. Oh, Cap, what the fuck are you doing, man? What is all that? What is all that, dude? Get that out of here. So I made a staff, a wizarding staff. It's a full 6 feet long, and yeah, it's 6 feet tall. But what is cool about it is, one, I mean, you see all the decorative patterns on it. Yeah, can you guess at how I did that? Anybody take a stab at how I got all those decorative patterns on it? Yeah, the steampunk stuff is really cool. The problem is with that, Robert, as you probably know, that shit's expensive, and I don't have that kind of money. I went the cheap route, and I'm buying most of this stuff. It's either bought from Amazon, which I'll be able to return, or it's handmade. So at very extremely low cost. I did not have a budget for this at all. So now that I have this big ass wizarding staff, which I'm going to have the obulb at the end, at the top here, and I haven't made it yet. That's my next thing to do tonight, this evening. I plan to there's going to be like a saucer dish and a magnetic plate there that this guy will magnetically click onto, and it'll be within its own little saucer. And then from the saucer, I'm going to have something coming up over it. I probably made out of wood. It will just have a curved deal going over the top of it to kind of just add for effect. I'll hand carve something in it to make it look very wizardy. And then this part here is really kind of like the main handle part that I'm going to do cordage. So I'm going to do some not your 550 paracord. I'm going to do here's my bag of cordage for that kind of stuff. I'm probably gonna go with the blue. The blue would be cool because the costume is blue with lightning bolts or lightning all over it. So yeah, I'm gonna do this blue. So this blue will be wrapped around there. And then I got the O-bulb thing on the top, which will be really cool. And I got a little rubber stopper deal that I've got to adhere to the bottom. So that's the what I've been working on just a little bit each day this week, just a little bit at a time, and one piece at a time, and get that done this weekend. So yeah, that'll be really cool. What's awesome about it is, and if you hadn't guessed already, I turned this thing on the lathe, and how I did that, how I had to do that, was in sections because my lathe is not 6 feet long. It's not. It's not even close to that. So these are about 16 and a quarter, 16 and a half, somewhere around there. I think it's 16 and a quarter inches long, each section. And so, I did the screw deal. So so one piece at a time, 4 pieces, and on the wood lathe, and turned them and made all my different grooves. One of them that's actually that is graphite pencil, just a regular pencil, right there in that groove to make that dark. And then the other one that's some gold paint, some craft paint in there, and that was. And then I did a couple of things like that. One of those in each section, and so then just added some flair to it, made it look cool. And so I had to do it in sections, one in order to be able to make all these on the lathe, because it was much easier to do this on the lathe than try to do it by hand or do any kind of carving. I just don't have the time or the energy to do that for a costume piece. And hopefully in the future, I'll be able to use this staff thing for Halloween's, me or the kids or whatever. It'll get used again for something at some point. But yeah, so I had to do this not only so that I could do it on the lathe, but also had to be in sections for the sake of traveling with it, getting it from point A to point B, because I'm taking the motorcycle, right? That's the easiest way for me to save on gas and have an easy job finding a parking space when I get up there. Because parking is, when you go to any fair, festival, amusement place, or activity, the parking is always a bitch, right? So it's easier with the motorcycle, or if you're got handicap plates on your vehicle like I do. So yeah, I had a good bit of fun, and wait till you see the video to see how I jerry rigged the shit out of my wood lathe, because my wood lathe was not even quite big enough for the 16-inch long dowels. I mean, I bought a 6-foot wood dowel rod from Lowe's from work, and so that's what I did, and then cut it. But yeah, so I've got to stealth camp and carry that, and I'll probably put the staff all broken down into one of my saddlebags. Now that I have newer, larger saddlebags, they'll fit. Otherwise, and then when I get there, I'll probably possibly either put it together then, or I'll transfer it to my backpack. And my backpack is just barely big enough to fit that sucker into my backpack. So that'll be interesting. I gotta untangle all this shit. Look at this. I don't know how or why I let that happen, but I did. Hot damn. So what'd y'all carry this week, knives wise? Of course, y'all know I had the Pulse with me every day. Use it every day. It has been the love of my life, knife wise, since the day I got it. Y'all know that. And then I forget what I carried the first couple days of the week, but this guy's been in my pocket Wednesday, Thursday, and today. And our Arcane actually just came out. I personally I like this better than what's the newer one. Here, let's go to the Arcane website. They just spat out a new fixed blade, which is got a nasty aggressive Tonto blade, totally their jam, totally their style. And you know, not really my jam as far as blade shapes for folders, or especially not fixed blades. I don't care for fixed blades to have, but it is badass looking. Here, let me share Z so that y'all see what I see. You see what I see? Go away. Yeah, the Necronaut fixed blade is awesome looking. It is absolutely awesome looking. There it is. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? I love the way the wide chamfering that they do on the handle like that. I absolutely love that. Look at how that handle is done. Like without, so that you have like definitive edges as far as the profile goes, but yet it feels almost like it's not a flat scale because the chamfers are so, you know, they're so wide. It, even though it's a flat handle scales, it doesn't feel like that in your hand. It feels like they're slightly contoured because of how wide that chamfer is. So that's an awesome way to remedy that problem of having handles feel flat when they're flat scales. They don't when you do a chamfer like that. But that is a wicked looking blade. Look at the grinds on that. I love it. And they've got a badass little logo too. But what's the other one? Oh, the Volt. That's one of their newer ones. Oh, and I love the inlay with the topo. I'm not a recurve person. I love it. I think it's an awesome knife, but at some point I'd be using the hell out of that. So at one point you're gonna have to sharpen it, and I don't like sharpening recurves like that. That large hawkbill style the recurve. Yeah. I mean, they're not a pain to sharpen. It's just you got to use a round bar, like ceramic bars, rather than, you know, flat stones. Flat stones you can't take to that. You'll destroy the recurve and get a very very inconsistent edge. Very very inconsistent. But yeah, that's a cool knife. The Praetheon. Is that how you say it? And that's the one that came out. Well, like you could pick up. They had a few that you could pick up at Blade Show last year. This is an awesome knife. But again, I love the Warney blade. I love the Warney Cheapsfoot blade way more than I love a clip point or drop point or yeah. The Creature is really sweet, and that's got a hollow grind compound, or you know, compound grinded blade. They do some awesome designs. Like they're obviously out there, kind of. Oh, the Plexus. Yeah, the Plexus is the newer one. That's like everybody's crazing after, and I don't like the hole there in the middle. I'm sorry. Like it looks cool, but I don't like it. I personally am a no-go with that. I know a lot of people think that's really sweet. The design of it, where all the lines are, and the way that hole is done, it flows with the rest of the design just beautifully, like perfection. but it's just not me. God, I love their knives. And they're so cool. They're just so cool. Really sweet looking knives. But yeah. So they're one of the booths that I will be hitting up at Blaze Show. Yes, I advertised that I wasn't going to talk about Blaze Show. I'm not talking about Blaze Show, but I will be seeing their booth in one of the. I think they're in my top 5 places that I want to hit up first. Just make sure that I don't forget to go to them on the first day, because they are one. There's like about 4 or 5 booths that are gonna have new stuff that is like totally my jam, and I just don't want to miss out on the chance that they will have a handful of new designs that they will sell at the show for a slightly discounted price that won't be hitting retail sites for at least another 3 to 4 months. I don't want to miss out on that opportunity. That is one huge opportunity that you get from a number of dealers at Blade Show that do that. They bring ones that are either one-offs or semi-customs, uh, or some protos. You know, first run batches of something that's coming on later down the road, and they give you the opportunity to purchase them there at the show. I mean, you at least get to see them, but then some let you buy them. So yeah, I have already printed out my map and marked out some of the places, the first few places. And Maddie, well, who was it? Was it Maddie or Grumpy? It was Maddie, right? It was Maddie on Wednesdays live at the very end of it that I was able to pop in after my son's baseball game. Um, Blade Show is all about the knives, but it's really about hanging out with all your friends. It's about the knives, but it's really hanging out with your friends that the vast majority of us go. You have some people there that are trying to make connections with different knife either designers or production companies in order to go into that as area as a business and trying to get their designs uh, made into production. Sharif, I know, will be doing a good chunk of uh, shaking hands and showing face and making himself known with people for at least Friday, um, and then maybe reminding a few of them on Sunday. So he's going to be doing that, but still, after he'll do that, and then it'll be all about hanging out with the rest of us, with our ever growing large posse of Blade Show goers in this community, right? So yeah, I see Maddie's here. Maddie's, how you doing? Good to see you. You must be home from work. Um, See, I gotta remember how to do the special wrap job with the cordage here. You basically you make a loop. You make a loop, and then you start going around, and then when you get to the top of the loop, you gotta go through it, and then you yank it down, and it pulls it through the inside of where the whole stretch that you wrapped. So I go to a video because I can't ever remember exactly how to do it. I know the gist of it, I know the concept of it, but I gotta watch a video of somebody else doing it to remind myself exactly how it works out, and to make sure that I do it totally right. Because I've I've done this. I've put paracord wraps on for handles on things maybe 5 or 6 times in my life so far, and and they've all been spaced apart to where it's not a skill that I've bothered to 100% memorize because I just don't do it often enough. I don't need to do it often enough. But I do know the gist of it. I bet if I sat here and played around, I could figure it out without having to watch a video. But it is easier to watch a YouTube video, right? Anything that's knots or doing a massive amount of paracord work, it's much easier to watch the video or follow along with the video. But yeah, so nothing really interesting happened this week other than baseball games and my daughter's soccer game. I was a little perturbed. I was frustrated with the fact that my son's first baseball game, which was Tuesday night, it's rec ball. It's rec ball. And, you pay I think it's like 45, $50 for them to play like eight or 10 games. So somewhere around 8 or 9 games. Depending on how many kids sign up, how many teams they end up making. But it's around 8 or 9 games, I believe. And we actually had 2 of them get rained out, which we made up. The one Wednesday night was one of the rainouts that we were making up. Because usually these games are Tuesdays and Thursdays. But so Tuesday night, they played against a team that was put together purposely with kids that all belong to a travel ball team. And travel ball teams are way better than rec teams. The kids have, you got to be way more skilled, have way more skills. And at that age, at the 7, 8, 9-year-old age, and above, pretty much grade school, you really the ones that understand the game and have a little bit of raw talent, that's when those individuals strive. It takes, for those that don't really have hardly any raw talent and don't really understand the game very easily from the get-go, those are the individuals that play rec ball and then eventually possibly get skilled enough and learn the game well enough to end up making it onto a travel ball team or an all-star team of some form. So my son is not really. Again, I love baseball. I absolutely hate the way the major leagues has gone with all the new rules, all the changes that they've done, and challenging plays. It's only certain plays can be challenged. It's just they made it so much less fun, so much less like what baseball was from the get-go when America was founded, because it is an American game. So I don't push suburban to, I don't have, he's not signed up with his own trainer or coach. He doesn't, I don't take him out every freaking night or every other night to go to the fields to practice and drill him on getting better at making plays. I'm not constantly questioning him on the rules of the game, that kind of thing. I just want him to have fun, so he, if his small dose of raw talent that he has and the skills that he's accumulated thus far, if that does start showing promising development over the next 3 years, it'll be his choice. But I will not forget to ask him, how much baseball do you want to play in your life? How serious do you want to get about the game? And I will educate him about what the insanely slim chances are of him making it onto a high school team first, then try to get a scholarship to play on a college team if he wants to go that route, and then almost impossible chances of making it into a major major league ball club, and how typically most players that get signed to a major league club will play in the minors for X number of years, at least 3 to 5 years, before they even get a major league appearance. And then if they do that, they might get a major league appearance one season, and then they'll throw them back down to the minors, and they won't see the major leagues for another 2 years. And it's crazy how baseball works these days. It's absolutely nuts. But if he wants to do that, he can do that. I'm all for it, and I'll support him 100%. But I'm not going to push him too fast, too hard, too soon, which you see a lot of parents do. A lot of parents do. You can invest a crap ton of money in a personal trainer, a batting coach, a pitching coach, a catching coach. You can throw so much money into that and reap and have the child grow up and not reap any actual reward from it. And it's so easy to either cause them to hate the game or love the game. If they might love the game at first and love having fun with it, and then because you shove everything down their throats too hard too fast, they end up hating the game. There's plenty of kids that happens to. So it's always, sorry I got on a baseball rant there, but it wasn't cool on Tuesday night when they had to play against basically a travel team. They got their asses whooped. They got whooped. Have Paulus will travel. Yeah, I don't know if any of y'all are baseball fans. I used to be a big baseball fan. I played a good bit of baseball. I was on some really, really good teams. Been to Cooperstown, up in New York, Baseball Hall of Fame. That is an awesome place if you're into the sport. My cousin was he started with the Marlins, or no, he started with the Seattle Mariners. He was a pitcher, right-handed pitcher. He signed up with the Seattle Mariners, and then out of high school. And his dad was one of those extremely competitive dads, and they had money, so they put everything into it, got him all those trainers and coaches, and signed him up on all these different teams, and he played baseball. Baseball was life for this guy, for my cousin. And he absolutely loved the game. Even loved having to put in all that extra work. He wanted to get good, like insanely good. So he did it. He did it. And his dad poured the insane amount of money into it for him. He was one of the few that was lucky enough to reap the rewards. He got out of high school. He got signed with the Seattle Mariners, was with them for a year or two. Then he went to the Marlins and was with the Marlins and for I think just 1 year. And then the Cubs picked him up. I think the first time he debuted was a number of years ago. He'd only spent like 2 or 3 years in the minors. Let me see if I can pick up. He's because it's my dad's sister's kid, so he has a different last name than I do. Here we go. Let me present. So here he is from when he was with the Cubs. This is how he finished. He's 2 years. No, he's the same age. Yeah, he's the same age as my younger brother. He was born in '96. Yeah, drafted in 2015 to the Mariners. Then he went to the Marlins, and then he went to the Cubs. His first MLB debut was 7/25/2020. I believe he was when he was with the Marlins. Yeah, he was with the Marlins then. Get rid of that. Um, he did in the minors. He played a lot with the Jacksonville Shrimps, is what that baseball team is down in Jacksonville, Florida. So I actually took the kids to go see him play one game. So that was his minors career, but yeah. So he did not get picked up for the major leagues this past season, or this beginning of this season. Nobody picked him up, along with a lot of players, um, all-star players, like really good players, did not get signed on to any ball clubs this year. So a lot of really good baseball players are not playing. I mean, it's just, I guess, because there's just that much competition. There's just that many people, uh, really good ball players. Um, Awards. Let's see. Some kind of Lumber Kings award there in 2016. Got another award in 2017. Got another one 2017. Yeah, it's the Modesto Nuts Award. I have no idea. Um, yeah, American Low Class A All Star. So just All Star awards. Pitcher of the Week, Pitcher of the Year, Postseason All Star, High Class A All Star. So yeah, I mean he got some good awards. He was a good pitcher. So I think he was on the. I want to say he pitched in a major league ball game, maybe about 5 or 6 times, in 8 years, 7 years, 7 8 years, less than 8 years. So yeah, that's how tough it is. And like, I mean, but he made a lot of money. His signing contracts were really good contracts. Made a lot of money. Robert had a birthday. Oh, so you're 65 years old today. Gotcha. Yeah, that was what got delivered in the mailbox was Cody's watch. My son, he turned 15 about a week ago. Yeah, about a week ago, and so with his birthday money, he got a new watch. He bought one off. He first bought one from Walmart for $40, and then then he decided to go shopping for one on Amazon for whatever reason. Maybe he just felt, maybe a friend told him that the one that he had gotten from Walmart really wasn't that great, and so he went shopping on Amazon and bought one off of. Saw that there was a one that he liked that was nicer, had better features, more features than the one he got from Walmart. So I returned the one from to Walmart for him, and then he spent $20 on one off of Amazon, which is marginally a step up in some ways, nicer than the one from Walmart's. half the price. Yay, Amazon for doing that. So that's what got delivered today. I have something I want to say that gets is Sunday. Sunday is Mrs. Urban's Mother's Day present. Well, the bulk of it, the main part of it. Then I got to go out and get the other parts that go to it. She knows what it is. I already told her what it is. I had to remind her. This has been a planned gift, and it's also a school project. So I'm killing two birds with one stone there. getting Mother's Day checked off and the school project done at the same time. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that nice? Don't you love it when shit like that works out? Where you can double up, kill two birds with one stone. I have not, other news, I have not gotten around to, again, like I said, the Wizard staff was this week's project getting worked on almost every day, almost every evening. This week. There we go. Got the rubber knob on the end. See? Got my little rubber knob. I use a washer kind of as a spacer, so yeah. So that does that. We have rubber end to it. That'll be good. I get to get the paracord put on. I'll do that later. But yeah, so that project will get done. So the B&A's little knife, the automatic. Why am I having such stupid ass brain farts? This thing. This guy. I have not gotten back to downsizing this the little bit that it needs to be done, and so he's still waiting to be finished up. I will get to it before Blade Show. I swear to y'all, it'll happen. We will give this away with the hashtag DSKFS on a wood slab that will then get glued to it. So that will happen before Blade Show. I promise. I will get it done. I promise. Y'all can hold me to it. But I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. There's my daughter bugging me about shit again. I'm going to call it a day, fellas, so I can get this task. My parents are in town this weekend, so we're going to be doing stuff with them tomorrow. That's why I'm trying to get as much project crap done as I can before I don't have to, but I get to spend time with my parents. And yeah, we've got a crawfish festival. Crawfish. Yes, Dang Ross, that is an OTF razor. Oh, you got the same one in black today? Does it have the insanely aggressive non-skid tape on it, like your skateboard deck tape? That's what I'm getting rid of and putting a nice little wood inlay with the hashtag DSKSF or whatever it is on it. But yeah, well, yeah, have a good one, El Cap. But yeah, so Crawfish Festival in the town that's right below us. We're going to that tomorrow. Maybe Suburban will hook me up with another free funnel cake. Who knows? No. We're going in the morning before it gets hot, so no free stuff at the end of the night because we won't be there. Oh, yours says, oh, that's sweet. Fake carbon fiber black one has grip. Okay. Purple one has the fake carbon fiber. Gotcha. I didn't read that right the first time. Giant raccoon just walked by in the backyard. We should name him and make him famous. Okay. you do that. The Bucky Beaver did not join me today because I was scrambling to get on here and being late as usual. But at least I'm not G-Ball late. He's usually late by like over 7 minutes. I was not by more than like 5 or 6 minutes. So sorry, but not sorry. Y'all have a good one. Have a good weekend. I'm gonna get back to my stuff, and always busy. I really appreciate everybody dropping in. Good to see everybody. Dang Ross and LCap finally they came in here. Of course, Maddie showed up, and my loyals, Robert and Mimo. Mimo's here. Nice of you to stop by. Of course, Mrs. Urban popped in. Happy birthday, Robert. 65 is one hell of a number to celebrate, man. Make the most of it. Dr. Drudu in the house. Let's see, did I miss any? Oh, Splitting Slices? Stop by? Ah, dude. That's cool. That's cool. Really? A Topps playing card mega box still sealed. Damn. Bet that's worth some money. Who sleeps like a rock? See, I missed all this conversation because I was trying to whatever. All right. I'm going to have to go back and read what all of y'all were chatting about. Your side's conversations while I was talking baseball. Urban's getting naughty. Okay, Maddie. All right. I'm going to get going. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you probably in some other chats. Probably won't be able to stay up late enough to be in Maddie and Stevie's late night rendezvous. We'll see. We'll see. I'll need a nap. But y'all take care, and probably won't be here next Friday. So we'll end up skipping a weekend. I don't know if maybe I'll pop on Thursday evening. We'll see. We'll see. But y'all have a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.